Well, this is certainly new. Hello, my name is Evie, and welcome to my first ever Animal Crossing speed build. Today, we're going to be working on Zucker's house over here, as well as the swamp area, and even the interior of Zucker's house, because I have the Happy Home Paradise DLC. This island is almost finished, so I thought I would do at least one speed build for the channel. Before we start though, we actually have a campsite villager, so let's go see that. This is my campsite. I kind of decorated it on a whim. In terms of villagers, I'm happy with who I have, though I would really like if it were Tad. Doesn't really matter to me though. Oh, and it's Fuchsia. She is very cute. I do have her amiibo though, so if I really wanted her, I can do that. I've accumulated as many items as I can that I thought I'd need. Sorry if this is a short speed build because I did kind of plan a lot of this ahead of time and gathered all the items so I can do so. Plus, I already did the terraforming off camera. Without further ado, let us get into the speed build. Like I said, a lot of this was done off camera, so I already had an idea what I wanted to do for Zucker's house. So again, this might be a bit of a short speed build, but I wanted to make him like a fisherman boat. I have only ever seen how a fishing boat looks in the movie Coda. If anyone has ever seen that movie, it's such a good movie. I highly recommend it. So this is kind of where he does his fishing. Pretty simple. And I wanted to give him, of course, somewhere to sit and somewhere to eat out on the open, on his deck. And moving on, we have the outside of the boat. I thought of this build because I had these custom designs that I didn't really use elsewhere on the island, and I didn't want to feel like I just downloaded them for nothing. So I came up with the boat idea just so I can use these. I'm sorry, I'm not really used to talking. For the back of the boat, we're using the retro transportation stop backwards, of course, to look like sort of like the sides of them. And right now I'm going to bring out the custom design tools to use for later, and we're going to do the front of the boat. And to make the front of the boat look a little different from the back, we're also going to include the box sofas to kind of give it like the front of it. And there I go, accidentally standing on it. And the last thing for the speed build is, of course, the anchor, like his boat is docked. I'm just going to start cleaning up some of the weeds we have in the way, and after dropping my fruit, smashed this rock out the way and picked up this money spot that's also here, so we can start working on the swamp. I really like to use some of the accents pieces of the swamp first, put those down, kind of scatter them around, and then go in with the normal basic empty pieces afterwards to just fill up the rest of the space. I work a lot quicker that way instead of going just the empty spaces and then stopping constantly to if I change my mind about like, oh, another spot would look better here. Sometimes the edges don't look as great, and the good thing about that is that wheat fields are actually really good at covering up the edges that don't really look that good. And after covering the back, just to make sure, we're going to do the opposite on the other side. Going in with, of course, the accent pieces first before going in with the main swamp pieces, the empty pieces. Believe me, this really did take a long time. So, I guess a question for everybody is what's your favorite thing about Animal Crossing? I love the characters. I think the character designs are so cute, especially the NPC designs, one of my favorite things. Here we're going to call in our cleanup crew, aka the wheat fields, one last time to just clean up the edges of the swamp to make it a bit seamless instead of the hard edges that you see there. I'm going to make some log stakes, and those are going to go into these dark circle spots that you probably see me scratching your head wondering what those are for. They're for these log stakes. They look really cute. And just for fun, I decided that let's work on the path area in front of Zucker's house. I'm going to go in using some shrubs, some flowers, some glowing moss, and then later you'll see me go in using the custom designs I have on the ground, some mushrooms and some stars and some stone pathing. And then later, you see me go in using the mush lamps. The theme is very like swamp core. like part witchy core. You'll see that when the DA comes out and you decide to tour the island. A lot of witch core, mainly swamp core. Swamp core was always something that I really wanted to try. So I'm really glad I actually decided to give it a try this time around. And I really love how this island ended up coming out in the end. We still have a lot of areas to finish, so definitely not soon it's gonna be done. But when it comes out, I'm sure you guys are gonna love it as much as I do. And now for the annoying part, having to go through all this dialogue just so Tom Nook can take your money. Yes, that's Animal Crossing for you, I suppose. So we're gonna do his exterior first. And I did this really quick. Not much to say about the exterior design. Lucky for y'all, you all got to skip the annoying part. That is me trying to decide the wallpaper and flooring. I knew I wanted to use this ship flooring, but I go back and forth with like the wallpaper sometimes before I ultimately settle on, I think it's called the common wallpaper. Yeah, it works for now. The first thing I end up doing is the kitchen. I like to put little kitchens in their house. I like to include kitchen and crafting benches in their houses. So, of course, this is a boat house. Do boat houses have gas? Can they get gas? I don't know. Like I said, I've never seen a boat house before. I wouldn't know outside of Coda, but they never showed anything. And wow, me starting the bedroom and then immediately working on something else afterwards. I just started to do something else instead, which is the crafting area. Great advice for interior. Not really, but if you don't know what to do with the space, add a plant. Add plants, especially in the corners. Plants are the old reliable of corner interiors for houses to me. And there I go again, changing the wallpaper again. I wish I could say that was the last thing about this house. I become indecisiveness. As you can see, I become indecisiveness about the wall. I wanted the front of the house to be sort of like where, you know how you walk into your house and you sort of had, I should have put a mat. I don't put rugs in any of this build, you'll see. I should have put a mat in front so it's like he wipes his feet. But like I had the area in the front to be like he drops his boots off there, you know, from working. His fishing rod and his fishing rods are there. His like fishing vest and his hat and everything. That's what that area in the front is supposed to be. And then in the back behind it is his bedroom. He has his bed, his wardrobe for getting dressed, and his normal attire if you so chooses to dress normally. And the desk, I don't know why I put a desk, honestly. I just felt like I needed something to fill the space, and the desk was the first thing that came to my mind. You'll see I go changing a lot of things around anyways. Putting some things on the desk. And his music, I look to see like what Zucker doesn't play any music in his house, but if he did, his default music would be Spring Blossoms. So I put Spring Blossoms in the record player, fixed with the lights. And I think, and here's an oopsie I made. I don't think I put anything on those countertops that you see there. Now we're on to doing the fake windows. I love doing the fake windows. I always make sure that I have design slots for the fake windows for every house build I do. Honestly, the rest of this build is just mindless, more me doing random stuff. This is everybody's checkpoint. I know it's very late for me to say it, but Happy New Year's. This is your checkpoint to also stay hydrated. Don't be like me. Don't be a stupid. I once went to the emergency room because I was dehydrated. Just always make sure that you take care of yourself, okay? You should be your first priority. And honestly, by this point, it's just me decorating the walls, moving things around, decorating the ceiling, so you can watch that. Now the house is done. I went back to the swamp. I had a brain fart and I couldn't find the giant vine, but I went back to the swamp and added things like a giant vine, a yacht, and some gyroids to the area, as well as even some things on the boat itself, because I felt like things felt a little too empty for me. So I wanted to fill things with things that sort of made sense but didn't, distract too much. And once all of that is done, this is where I gag the audience by the video suddenly jumping in quality. Enjoy! And with that, we're at the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this speed build just as much as I enjoyed making it. I hope to do more speed builds, especially once I start my next island after this island caramel is completed. Stay tuned for more island updates. You can follow my socials, but have a great day and hope to see you again.